What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we have a Gemini Jets / NG models unboxing for you guys. Hope you guys are excited, and if you do end up liking this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on the video. And as always, I appreciate all of your guys' comments, so let's get straight into it. I decided I'm going to go with the biggest one first, and then the smallest ones last. So the first one we have is this Delta Airbus A330-300. I was actually looking for this model for Honolulu. I think it occasionally flies to Denver, but pretty rare. I think it's only for charter flights. But yeah, just your generic box. I won't really be going over that because Gemini Jets always does the same box. And so yeah, this is the Delta A330-300. We will go ahead and open the box. And here we have the aircraft. I actually did get this off Instagram because I needed this model pretty badly. And here it is. So we'll take off the plastic covering and then the aircraft right here. It does need a bit of cleaning before I really do too many reviews on this, but I guess we'll just review it without cleaning it. Here is the aircraft. It is in a very good condition besides a few things like little paint chips and stuff like that. But hey, a real aircraft in real life isn't going to be perfect either, so it doesn't really bother me. So we'll get straight into this review. Starting off the review at the front of the aircraft, of course, we have the nose cone. Then just above that we do have the aircraft cockpit windows. Then moving further along we have the SkyTeam logo here, as well as the L1 boarding door. Then just below that we have the first landing gear, or the front landing gear. Then up here we have our first antenna, as well as the Delta logo. Now I would imagine from here to the L2 boarding door would be all of first class, and then from here to probably way back there is premium and economy, and then like the last maybe 20-30 rows are economy. So I've never been on a A330, but I do hope to travel on one someday. Lufthansa does fly them to Denver sometimes, not too often. Then you have your dark blue engines, which is pretty much every Delta aircraft. And then continuing on, this is probably all premium economy. Take a look at the winglets if it'll focus. Just a dark blue, kind of the same color as the engine. Is actually the exact same color as the engine. We'll zoom out here a little bit. Then of course we do have our beacon light up here, which is a little hard to see, but it's right there. And then you have your back landing gear down here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 tires. So pretty big for the Delta A330. Then of course we do have another antenna here. And I don't know if you guys can see, I'll try to angle it. But they do have the cutout for the Wi-Fi box right here, but it's not actually 3D with the 3D or with the actual Wi-Fi box, which is a little disappointing, but this is an older model. So then all the way back to economy, and then the registration, which is give me 1 second, which is N822NW. Pretty hard to see, but the registration is right here. Then we have our back door over here. Then moving on to the tail, this is of course on every single livery except the SkyTeam. And then you do have your metal horizontal stabilizers and your APU towards the back. There's nothing special about the top, but of course the bottom you do have the Delta logo and the Gemini Jets logo, as well as the stand hole. So that's it for this aircraft. Moving on to the next aircraft, we have the United 737-700 in the new livery with the split scimitar winglets. As you can see right here is the computer generated aircraft. I do really like this box by NG Models. You can see you do have the globe going across pretty much the entire box. And then you have the aircraft name and the logo down here, and the United logo and the registration. So I do really like NG Models boxes, pretty detailed, and let's get into the review of the 737. So here is the aircraft. We will start off with the review. As you can see, we have the nose cone here. Following that, we have the cockpit windows, as well as the Star Alliance livery. Down below we have the first landing gear, as well as the L1 boarding door. And then moving further along, we have the first class seats, which are in a 2-2 configuration. I believe there are about 6 to 8 rows of first class on their 737-700s. I have yet to fly them, but I'd love to at some point. And then we do have 2 antennas, one up here and then one down there. Then we have the United logo going across the entire half or so of the aircraft. A lot of people hate United's new livery, but personally I really like it. The blue is just great. Then we do have these blue engines here, as well as the winglets. The split scimitar winglets are the same color as the engines, as you can see in focus now. And then moving back to the body of the aircraft, we have 1 overwing exit on each side, so 2 total, which makes a total of 6 emergency exits throughout the aircraft. Moving further along, we have the Wi-Fi box, I guess you can call it. I know there's a ton of names for it, but I always call it the Wi-Fi box, which is right here. And then, as I did say, your overwing exits. Then moving further back, this is pretty much all economy right here. And then you have the registration back here, which is N21723, and then the American flag. Then moving even further back, you have the back door, as well as the Evo blue tail. I do really love the Evo blue tail because it is very detailed. I'll try to zoom in as far as I can without it not focusing. But the blue on the Evo livery, it's just, on the Continental livery, I mean, the blue just makes it look so much better. And then, of course, you have it fainted all the way to the top. Then we have the APU back here. And then one thing I really like about United's new livery is the swoop, which is, hold on, out of focus. The swoop, which starts here and goes all the way back. That was originally on the Dreamliner as well as the MAX 9. So that was pretty cool. Then we have the metal horizontal stabilizers, which are always nice. So that concludes the United 737-700. Moving right along to our next aircraft, which is the SkyWest Airlines Bombardier CRJ700. One thing that is kind of weird about Gemini Jets boxes is that they don't have the Mitsubishi 700, which is actually what it's called. A stupid name, but you know, it is what it is. Here is the box. We have the Gemini Jets logo and the computer generated aircraft, and then made for collectors by collectors, and then the SkyWest Airlines 1/400 scale die-cast model aircraft. We will take a look at the look inside tab because there are interesting facts in there, and you can pause to read that. I'll actually adjust the camera so you can see a little better. So yeah, that is the look inside tab, and then we have the aircraft right in there. We will get straight into the review of the aircraft. Alrighty, here is the SkyWest Airlines CRJ700. One thing that is super unique about this aircraft is the fact that you can use this for American, Delta, and United, because it's not assigned to a particular airline, because American and actually I think just United and American are SkyWest. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what airlines are SkyWest. But if you didn't know, an airline, once they join SkyTeam or Star Alliance or SkyWest, they have to paint a single or 2 aircrafts into that livery. But here is the nose cone right here. Then we have the cockpit windows and the first or front landing gear. Moving further along, we have the L1 door, which folds down into the stair and which I'm sure you guys have seen. And then moving further back, we have the SkyWest Airlines logo. The CRJ700 does have first class. It is a 2-1 configuration. Moving further back, this would be your 2 overwing exits, as well as the registration right here with the American flag. And we'll focus on the winglets really quick. Nothing too special, just that dark or lighter blue. And then moving further to the back, we have the white engines on both sides and the SkyWest Airlines logo, as well as the 2 horizontal stabilizers, which are super nice and metal, not plastic. We'll zoom out here and look at the bottom. Nothing too special, it's just that white and that lighter blue blending in. One thing to note about the CRJ700 is that the landing gear is further apart, because on the CRJ900 they're right next to each other, which is not realistic at all. So I definitely do love this mold of the CRJ700. I actually have reviewed the CRJ200 in the new livery by Gemini Jets a few times before, but I do want to do it one more time to point out a few more details I did notice, because I did pick up 2 more of these aircrafts for Denver, because the CRJ200 is galore at Denver and it's super nice to see, but I did pick up both of these and we will do a review on one of them. Alrighty, here is the box here with the Gemini Jets logo and the computer generated aircraft. Then it says Bombardier CRJ200. Once again, it does not say Mitsubishi 200, which is something Gemini Jets is a little slow to, but I hate the name anyway, so it doesn't bother me. Here is the United logo, and then the 1/400 scale die-cast model aircraft right there. We will look at the Look Inside tab to see a few interesting facts about that. You can pause to read. I will zoom in a little bit for you to see. And so yeah, these are the facts about the CRJ200. And once again, just your generic CRJ200 box. So let's get into the review. Moving on to the review of one of the most hated aircrafts ever, we have the CRJ200. No first class on this aircraft. It is all economy, and I do really like this mold, even though it is so small that the landing gear up front here is actually painted on, because they couldn't even fit a rubber tire on there. So something cool about that. Starting off here at the nose cone and then the cockpit windows, and then we do have that painted wheel as I was talking about. Then the Star Alliance logo and the L1 door, which once again folds down with the stairs going up it. And then we have the blue United logo and the gray Express part. Then we have the 2 overwing exits. I have flown a CRJ200 before, and the only way to make it bearable is if you fly on the overwing exits. But you do have to be 16 for that. Then we have the all economy 50 seats and the registration with the American flag. The winglets are a little disappointing. I'll focus on it because it's not supposed to be like a triangle. It's supposed to be flattened at the top. But I get it. The aircraft is too small to do that, I guess. Then moving further along, we have the engines right here, which is actually a purple in real life. It's more of a blue purple, like a violet. It's not really a dark blue like the winglets are, but it looks great. And then moving on to the tail, whoops, went out of focus. Moving on to the tail, we have that Evo blue once again, the globe, and then you have the fading of it going lighter, which they didn't really do because it's a CRJ200. You can see this is all one color, unfortunately, but I get it, it's a small aircraft. We'll take a look at the bottom. Nothing too special about that, just the Gemini Jets logo and the stand hole. The tires are rubber right here, very, very tiny though. And quite a bit of detail at the top as well, which I'm happy about. And on the wing, you can see the flaps layout as well as the red dots going across the wing, which is a very nice feature. So that is the CRJ200 for United Express. That does conclude today's unboxing for you guys of 5 different aircrafts. We do have the 2 United CRJ200s, the 1 SkyWest CRJ700, the United 737-700, and the Delta Airbus A330-300, which will be used for Honolulu, so you can see that in the next update. I hope you guys did enjoy this unboxing, and if you did, please consider smashing that like button, as well as subscribing to the channel, because it is free and you can change your mind at any point in time if you would like to. And as always, I do appreciate your guys' support. Feel free to leave a comment on any concerns or questions. And that's it for this video. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again on another video. Goodbye.